just like a spark that's breaking out.
Gamers and gamettes, welcome back. I've prepared some settings for you. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Phasmophobia console video. And before we get into today's video, big shout out and special thank you to KINETIC Games for hooking me up with early access to Phasmo Console. Now, by the time you guys are watching this video, Phasmo Console will be in your Xbox and PlayStation store for $19.99 a day from when y'all are watching this video. However, I want to help get you guys prepared, get y'all all set for the best settings in Phasmophobia Console. Now, I am personally playing on Xbox Series X. There is one big difference, key difference between the Series X, the PS5, and Series S version. This is the only console version that gives you 120 FPS in performance mode. All the other versions, the Xbox Series S, it just has straight up 1080p 60, and the PS5 gives you 4K 60 in performance and quality mode. So I'm going to go over to the options with you guys. We're going to go over a few settings and a few changes I recommend. We're not going to take up too much of your time. If y'all want more Phasmo console content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe. Let's go. So we're going to start in the game options. Everything real here is short and simple. Put it on whatever language you play it on. Duh, of course, keep crossplay on so you can play with your PlayStation, Xbox, and PC veteran, especially those PC players because they are veterans. They have been playing for years. Your field of view. Kick this up a little bit. Phasmophobia is a first-person game overall. Performance-wise, I'm going to say play with it a bit because you don't want to crank it all the way up and then your games start crashing and stuff like that. Remember, even the Xbox version tells you it's in game preview. It's susceptible to crashes and errors and stuff like that. So be cautious when kicking up your field of view. It does put more strain on your console. Your head bobbing, this is just a preference thing. I would say leave this on or off depending on if you like it. I actually don't really care for head bob, so I'm going to turn it off. This is one key one I want to hit on right here. Your sprint mode. Make sure you turn this on to toggle, especially if you're playing on the console. If you're on PC, then hold, because you're used to holding shift to sprint and stuff like that. However, just a little warning when it comes to Phasmo. Your sprint time in this game does not last very long at all. So you are going to see yourself sprinting and then slowing down, walking, sprinting and then slowing down, walking over and over, especially when you are going long distances. Degrees, I'm personally, a Fahrenheit kind of guy, whichever one you relay it on, Fahrenheit or Celsius is up to you. Default cursor, pretty much your crosshair, whatever you prefer to have. I'm going to stick with this, this little shooter one right here, your highlight cursor. This is the one when you're hovering over an item. I personally like the hand indicator because it indicates that the item can be touched, picked up, or anything like that. Your cursor color, you can also change the color of your cursor and also the color of your other players. Especially if you're colorblind, you probably want to, adjust these accordingly. Now, let's go over here into video. I highly recommend everybody to play in performance mode, frame rate over graphical quality all day. However, if you are not using a 120 Hz monitor or TV, I would say go ahead and go for the quality mode at 4K 60. I personally don't plan on using that, especially once I learned the Series X played it at 120 FPS. I was like, no brainer. I have a low-end PC, so I never even got 120 FPS on my PC when playing this game. So the fact that I can get that on console, yeah, no brainer for me. But overall, if you're playing on anything but Xbox Series X, meaning if you're playing on PS5, I would just say, go for quality. Get the best visuals possible. You're going to get 60 FPS either way, so you might as well. Brightness, this is a very important thing because this game is very dark. Very dark, especially, when you're not using a flashlight, and especially when you're first starting out when you're using one of the weaker flashlights. I would say turn this up just a little bit extra so that way, you can kind of give yourself a little bit of an advantage in darker corridors, especially during a ghost hunt, because trust me, you are going to need that. Your audio input, especially for console players, I would personally do voice activation. However, if you are someone with a very loud background, let's say you have kids or kids around, stuff like that, you may want to consider using push to talk. Because remember, your voice can trigger the ghost in the game. Yes, so be very careful with that. Me personally, I'm going to use voice voice activation and just take that risk. I got kids, but guess what? Oh well. I'm going to do that. My kids actually know what Phasmo is and they love it. So if they do yell, they're going to try and troll me, get me killed by the ghosts anyway. So I don't mind. And then controls, you have a custom control scheme here. The controls in Phasmo do feel pretty good overall for a controller. I personally like them. I have no complaints. But you can customize them, just so you guys know. But anyway, just wanted to go over some settings with y'all and give y'all some of my recommendations in there. If this video helped you, smash that like. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.